Hey everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we will learn about web scraping and how to build a web scraping tool on your own using AI. Web scraping has become a powerful way to gather real-time data from websites. Web scraping helps when you're tracking competitor prices, generating leads, or collecting product reviews. But what if you had to build a web scraper from scratch? That feels daunting, right? That's where AI steps in to simplify the process. Tools like Cursor.ai can act as your intelligent coding partner, helping you to write and troubleshoot scraping scripts effortlessly. Meanwhile, Crawl4AI lets you visually design scraping workflows with minimal code, handling everything from data selection to automation. Together, they turn a complex task into a smooth AI-assisted experience so you can focus on insights, not infrastructure. That said, if these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to get notified. Also, just that you know, if you want to upskill yourself, master generative AI and artificial intelligence skills, and land your dream job, and grow in your career, then you must explore Simplilearn's cohort of various generative AI courses and certifications. Simplilearn offers various certification programs in collaboration with some of the world's leading universities like Purdue, IIT Guwahati, and many more. Through our courses, you will gain knowledge and work-ready expertise in skills like advanced Python, machine learning, generative AI, and over a dozen others. That's not all. You also get the opportunity to work on multiple projects and learn from industry experts working in top-tier data and product companies and academics from top universities. After completing these courses, thousands of learners have transitioned into an AI and machine learning role as a fresher or moved on to a higher paying job and profile. If you are passionate about making your career in this field, then make sure to check out the link in the pinned comment and description box below to find a generative AI program that fits your experience and areas of interest. Now, without further delay, let's get started. So today we are going to build the free AI web scraper. Now let's begin with understanding what exactly is web scraping. Web scraping is an automated process of extracting data from websites that involves using software tools or scripts to access a web page, read its HTML content, and retrieve specific pieces of information such as text, images, links, or structured data like tables. All these days in data analytics, web scraping was common. For example, Tableau, Power BI, Excel, and many more, they used to have an API attachment or they used to have a connection established with websites and they used to scroll over the web page and then extract the HTML content. But what if you had to build your own? It would be a time-taking task, but with AI, it is really simple. There are multiple AI tools like Browser.ai, AI Scraper, Firecrawl, Octascrape, Crawl4AI, and many more. Today, we will be using the LLM-friendly tool, which is Crawl4AI, and it is completely open source. Now, let's switch to the demonstration part of it. So let's get started with the demonstration. We will proceed with one of the most popular open source tool, which is Crawl4AI. So you just need to search for Crawl4AI, and you will be having the first two links, which are the GitHub link, and the next one is the official documentation of Crawl4AI. So as you can see, this is awarded as the top repository from GitHub. So you're on the front page, the quick start page, which will explain you the installation procedures. So the basic installation, you just need to run some pip commands, and you can also find the same in the GitHub page as well. Let's go through a quick walk around. So the basic installation and the initial setups, diagnostics, which is nothing but checking the version or something like that and verifying the installation. All basic and simple techniques, and advanced installations in case if you're going with the additional functionalities. You can just go through the entire documentation, and you also have some feature called as Ask AI. So they've got their own chatbot where you can ask some questions regarding installation or any other questions if you have about Crawl4AI. And now to the home page. Now, if you see the GitHub page, you also have the similar approach, the same procedures. Open source web crawler, web scraper, ranked as #1 on GitHub. So here you have some basic why you should proceed with Crawl4, and also the installation steps as mentioned in the official documentation, pip install command and everything. Everything is similar. There you go. Verified installation and everything else. And you might also need some additional tools like Playwright and all the other things, and Python environment, virtual environment, everything. So just, all the things are mentioned below as similar to the official documentation. Now we will proceed with one of the IDEs. So I'd recommend Crawl4AI because Crawl4AI will help you regarding any of the errors in the practical demonstration. Start everything from the fresh, open a new project. We'll also create an entirely new file together. So we'll name it as, that's a trial one. We'll eliminate that. We'll delete that. We'll now create a new folder on the name free AI web scraper or web crawler is good. Yeah. Enter. Select the file location. So you just have to copy paste the templates from the GitHub page. So this particular GitHub page will only have the sample documentation, not an exact, code documentation. You just have to copy this and paste it on Crawl4AI. So what Crawl4AI will do is it will go through the entire detailed procedure. It will go through the sample code so that if you just give it a command that I want to prepare something similar to this and you're the one who's going to handle everything, so it will just understand it and then it will build you one. So we've pasted the entire documentation from GitHub. But before we enter it to the agent of Crawl4AI, we'll be writing a small prompt, and the prompt will be really simple. Create me a multi-URL crawling project which takes homepage of a website and then crawl up to 20 found pages using Crawl4AI. Also allows .csv downloads and solves all the previous downloads in cookies section of the browser. That's it. And now, apart from the GitHub page, to just add a few more details, we'll go to the home page of Crawl4AI, and here we'll go to fit markdown. So why fit markdown? So you already know whenever you are working on a web page, you'll have a mix and match of HTML, CSS, and all those things, right? So we don't want to focus on all those things. We just want to focus on the markdown part of it, the major details which are included inside the comments, right? The markup language. We just want to focus on that so that it minimizes the processor effort. So we'll just copy this and paste it back on the web page. But before that, let's also go to another file, which is also the multi-URL. So you can also copy this and paste it on the prompt. And first, let's paste the beginning one. And let's now copy and paste this as well. In case if you want, for right now, we're working on one single URL. So for safer side, I'll just go with one input as well. But if you're working with multi-URL, then you can copy and paste it as well. And also, you can also proceed with LLM. In case if you don't want the LLM to be functioning there, then you can also go ahead with that. So here you can see the key benefits as highlighted. Back to introduction. Yeah, that's the one which I was talking about, LLM free strategies. So in case if you don't want LLM to be functioning in the background, why you should avoid LLM being for the basic extraction? These are the few reasons. So yeah, that's the one. So one of the Crawl4AI is more faster. That's the reason you can choose the Crawl4AI instead of any other LLM. Now let's go back to Crawl4AI and continue with our prompt. Just enter and it will automatically create all the classes and all the code documentations for you along with a README file which includes all the requirements and everything and the steps that you're following, right? You already got the requirements.txt which will have all the requirements that you need to execute this project. Now let's create the main crawler script. So it's writing a Python script for you. In the meantime, it will also give you some recommendations to follow. Here you can see that it wants to uninstall the existing Python and it wants to reinstall a new one and restart cursor all by its own. You can see it is also generating the HTML template. There you go. You have the crawler.py ready and requirements.txt ready. You can see it also created a README file. That's the one. And now it's writing a few more codes that are responsible in or play a key role in execution of this project. So that's your main code, crawler.py. It has the main functionalities that this particular project should go ahead with. The post, get, and other functions that you regularly have on the web page. And this is your README file. And here you have the requirements. So you'll be needing Crawl4AI and other requirements. So this is your HTML file. I can just proceed and run. And obviously you will face errors because this was just a templatized code that Cursor.ai has created for you based on the documentation that you gave to it. But worry not, whenever you run the code, it will give you the requirements which are needed to execute, and it will automatically install those for you using the pip commands. And by the end, it will automatically fix everything for you. Now it's running, and you can see it already has set up a user interface on the local host. Just click on the link, open. Yeah, so your first error, the web page or the local host is not responding, or maybe that's an internet connectivity issue. You can just copy this particular error or try to refresh. So let me write down a prompt. Can you check the warning errors and fix them all? And next, run the entire project. Now it goes through each and every file that it created and also cross-verifies the requirements and then executes everything. Let me delete this terminal. Yeah, so it found it needs a couple of templates. Okay, the templates directory exists, but we need to ensure it's properly set up. There you go. It's trying to relate every single file and fulfill the requirements that we need to execute this project. And the following changes are applied. You need to accept the file, accept the modified file, and then now it is installing the requirements. Python pip install our requirements.txt. If there are any requirements, it will do and it will automatically install. Yep, there you go, the playwright, right? So we did not manually install it. It identified the blank space there and it identifies it as an important prerequisite. So it is installing it. And it is also asking for an interpreter path. So we'll be going with Python 64-bit version 3. And is also installing Chromium. And if you see on the left hand side, it is also creating a virtual environment, creating when we upgrading PIP. You can see the status on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side. So crawler.py is our main file. It has started executing it on localhost back again. So the best part about using Cursor.ai is you will have an agent which you can work with. So we are currently working on the Cursor.ai's AI. If you want, you can switch from Cursor.ai AI to ChatGPT, Claude, or any of the LLM of your choice, and you can get started with it. Now let's try to run our localhost once again. Okay, so let's copy the error this time and paste it there. Now what this does is Cursor.ai's agent will try to analyze what could be the problem and tries to decode or debug the entire problem and improvise the code and fix it for you. Now it says that it has understood the issue and it tried to fix it, and now it wants to run the file once again. Just click on run and check for yourself. It's a type of trial and error, but I'm sure it will help you work it out. So I've done it once and I'm doing this once again. It's not a big deal at all. There you go. Okay, it has found a little bit of error. Now it wants to install the requirements once again. Okay, Ginger. So I think we missed out on Ginger. So Ginger is like a pre-version of Crawl4AI, and you can consider Crawl4AI as an advanced version or evolution of Ginger 2. So this is also one of the requirements. So I think Cursor.ai wants to make sure that it works in parallel with both, so that it doesn't have to find a hiccup while running and executing this project. There you go. It's downloading a few other requirements it needs: tokenizers, Hugging Face, fspec, file lock, and everything. Meanwhile, let's go through the libraries that Cursor.ai has imported for us. So it has UV, con, logging, async, JSON, everything else. It is also taking date and time. And here we have basic config. And apart from that, here we have the main file, which is crawl manager, and save caches for the prompt request that we have placed to save the previous downloads and everything in the browser cache. And crawl URL is where you paste the URL of any random website that you wish to have. And apart from that, here you can see the data frame which is for the CSV file which we are going to download. And apart from that, here we have some exceptions. If the crawl was successful or the web scraping is successful or not, it'll let us know. And once everything is done, it'll automatically shut down. And here we have also dedicated the localhost address and the port number for us. So here you can see the files are getting downloaded. We are at 50 out of 68. Might take a little while, not to worry. There you go. I think we're at 66. A little more time and we are done. I think 67 and one last file. We are done. So it's also installing the Chromium, which is required for us, the browser, or the browser interface at least. I think now we are ready to run our main file, crawler.py. There you go. The event already got started, and you might want to refresh our local host. Let's check the status. Just click on the link, and we should be redirected to the link. Or you can also copy paste the address, localhost colon 8000, which is the port number. I think it's not working, or there might be a little connectivity issue. This is common, but don't worry about it. If it's not executing, you can manually write down the address as well. So earlier we had copied the error, right? You can just paste the same error and just remove all the stuff and keep the URL. Or let's try once again. Click some loading error, not a big deal to worry about. Let's go with the manual way. I'll erase everything else apart from the address, the localhost address. I'll have the HTTP. So we have the page here. This is where we paste the URL, and maximum pages as we described, it is 20. Let's say you have opened the Amazon website, right? So like I have opened here the Flipkart website that we will be dealing with, and also I have opened the Simplilearn's website as well. Now, before we get started, I want to explain you something about CAPTCHA. Now, this is a straightforward web crawler that we have designed. But in case if you want to crawl through some web pages, like if you log in to incognito mode without logging into your account, let's say amazon.in, then in that scenario, what happens is it will not have the user address or anything. It'll just go to the login page and it'll ask you to log in with a CAPTCHA. So here you can see the CAPTCHA code, right? So this particular web crawler that we have designed is not designed actually to crack the CAPTCHA things. So for that, you might have to do some additional coding, or you can just write a prompt to, the cursory, and it will get it done for you. So, so far so good. We will just paste the URL and let's see. I am guessing that, yeah, we have an error. So don't worry if you didn't get any errors. So few parameters, you can see the max pages, right? That particular parameter is not properly defined here. So in that case, you can just copy paste the error. It'll automatically, cursory will automatically go through the error and the entire code, cross verify it and change the file name. So you can see it already fixed it, right? Accept the changes, and there you go. The code is automatically updated from its end. Accept the code. And now we are ready to run the code again. You can just refresh the local host, copy the address of the web page and paste it there. Okay, just refresh it. Sometimes you just face this connectivity issue, but not to worry. Once it establishes a connection, it will automatically reload. Okay, I think we missed out on HTTP. No. Let's just keep on refreshing it. Yeah, there you go, you found it. Now we will paste the URL that we earlier copied. So let's say you have about 20 to 30 web pages, right? It'll automatically crawl to the end of the page and then it chooses the next page, something like that. But in few scenarios, it might end up in the first page as well. We might never know. So just have to check the code for it and optimize it, and you will be fine with it, right? Let's see. I think we might face, okay, a small error again, another parameter, max depth. So you might face a couple of such errors down the line. You just have to copy paste them on the terminal or on the prompt. It'll automatically go through the code and fix it for you. Just a couple of more. The max pages has been fixed, as you can see here on the left hand side of the code file. Now we are dealing with the max step. It will also help you fix that, right? It's still going on a search mode to fetch a solution this online, and also after that it'll implement the solution to the code. Yeah, it found the solution. Is already started to build the solution. Let me apply this fix for you. Accept the suggestion. Done. The code is fixed. You can restart, or you can just click on the localhost browser. Run. Or let me just click on the link, right? It'll automatically redirect me there. There you go, multi-URL crawler. Let's give it another trial. Small errors. Even in the first trial, I went through such errors. It was not a big deal. It'll take like 4 to 5 iterations, so max to max 6 to 7 iterations to fix all the errors in your code. That because this particular code was created by AI, right? So it'll take a little time to understand and go through the process and fix itself, and then you'll have a fully functional project. Okay, the code has already corrected now. Restart the server. I think it's asking, okay, in a few scenarios, if you're constantly facing such issues, don't worry much about it. It might be related to, some settings which might have some configurations which might have been requiring a restart of the application altogether. So if you even do that, it'll fix it. Okay, now we are back on the web page. So I think make sure there are no references to max step. Okay. So I think it's a better option to try a restart of the application altogether. So I just close it. Now let's go to Windows and type down Crawl4AI. That's the app. So the app got restarted once again. Okay, it's now asking for a confirmation. Would you like to make this edit for me? Okay. Let us write down, yes, please confirm. Yes, confirm. Let's see if it gets done. So I have my web pages that I want to scroll or scrape. Let's run the code once again. Python crawl.py is getting executed. That was my first website, a Flipkart website and Simplilearn website. It's taking some issue again. It's not able to reload. Okay. We'll copy paste the same website. Okay, now deep crawl was the error. Okay, it's again downloading some requirements. I see some new crawl results on the left hand side. I think these were the results from the previous executions. Starting all crawls. Let's check the crawl results. Okay, complete. Data scraped. There you go. We can see the output here. Status success. Okay, we have successfully scraped the websites and the data has also already been downloaded. So here you can see on the left hand side of the editor, you can see some scroll or crawl results. So let me write down a prompt. Open in a local browser. If it can load the local host or web user interface to see the results on the web page with a proper user interface, that would be better. But we can practically see the results on the left hand side, and it already shown us the execution report on the terminal. Give me the link to user interface UI. So we tried to install the requirements again. Okay, let me close this shell or terminal. Let's check the requirements once again. Yeah, let it download the requirements. What I was thinking is, let's check the crawl results. So here you can see the first website, which was Simplilearn website. So it has downloaded some data. It is in the format which an LLM can read. But turned out you can see the Flipkart website as well. Every bit of data, the phone details, name of the phone, the display size, camera size, everything has been successfully scraped, and it also has been downloaded. So you can see an actual replica. The iPhones that we have filtered out, it has successfully downloaded, and even the link to each and every particular product from the website. So these are the scroll results or the scraped results. Crawl or scrape, you can call it both. and this is the previous one. So this is the first one which it scraped up for us, the Simplilearn's official website of generative AI courses and few other websites as well. There you go. This was the Simplilearn's data. Let's open this in the form of CSV, which it is supposed to do actually, right? Once the data has been downloaded, it should be supposed to be represented in the form of a CSV or tabular format in Excel. So do you want to install the recommendation for Rainbow CSV? Yes, install. I think we can have a look at the downloaded data in CSV format in downloads. So here we are on the download section. So these are the CSV files that we just scraped or crawled. Results 1 and results 2. So let's open this file. So here we have the data from Flipkart. I think it scrolled through just one web page. Not a problem. So this was the web page that we were talking about. So I think it started off from the first entry and went all the way up to the last entry of this particular web page. I think it took a snapshot of this particular web page starting to the end, and then tried to scrape the data and enter it into the form of a CSV file. Not bad. Let's go back to this. There you go. And now let's go back to downloads and check the data for Simplilearn.com for generative AI courses. Yes, I think some missing data. Okay. So it missed out on a few date and times of cohort dates. So here it also has the URL for the particular course name. So we have about 14 courses available: Apply Generative AI, Specialization, few professional courses and executive courses, and some certifications related to data analytics with generative AI. And it also scraped out the URL links to that particular program, and it also cared for entering the UTM parameter, the source, generative, event name, mega meaning, right, everything. And it also has entered the duration of the course, which is pretty good, how many number of months or years, and the cohort date. A few of them were unable to get scraped off, but rest of them, we have got them right here, the cohort date. And it also has a fee in INR for this. For some reason, I think it couldn't scrape it off. And also the partner university. So here we have Purdue, E&ICT Academy, IIT Guwahati, Kanpur, Purdue, and a lot more, right? So far, so good. So that's how you can build a web crawler or web scraper using AI, which can automatically scrape the website for you and download the data in terms of CSV, .csv or Excel format. And with that, we have come to an end of this session on building a free AI web crawler. Should you need any assistance, PPT, or any other resources used in this session, then please feel free to let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be happy to help you as soon as possible. Until next time, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Staying ahead in your career requires continuous learning and upskilling. Whether you're a student aiming to learn today's top skills or a working professional looking to advance your career, we've got you covered. Explore our impressive catalog of certification programs in cutting-edge domains, including data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, or digital marketing. Designed in collaboration with leading universities and top corporations, and delivered by industry experts, choose any of our programs and set yourself on the path to career success. Click the link in the description to know more.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.